Hello, everyone. I'm here today to present a paper that was written by Dorothy Leigh Sayers. It's called The Lost Tools of Learning. And it speaks to, in many ways, the condition of education, particularly in America. This piece was actually read in Oxford in 1947 when she was 54 years of age. But it's very prescient and it speaks to us today. And so I just want to give a quick overview of her. So Dorothy L. Sayers, she was born June 13th, 1893 in Oxfordshire, England. She died on December 17, 1957 in Wintham, Essex. She was a scholar and she was a mystery novel writer. That's what she's known for. And in her later years, she turned to writing theological plays. She did chime in on education, and this is what this paper is about. So, this paper was read at the vacation course in education in Oxford, as I said, in 1947. And I wanted to I wanted to give a little preliminary to this paper. This spoke to me pretty profoundly, as I mentioned, because it's very prescient for today, but it's also very congruent to my own experience in education. So I think about, well, let me ask you, if you graduated high school and there were certain things that you lacked that you just thought you should have known, and it was pretty paramount, these things, how would you feel about these things? Most people would feel disappointed, discouraged. They would feel disappointed because of the waste of time, maybe lost opportunities and things of the sort. So, so for me, the specifics of this was walking, graduating, going to Penn State University, the Allentown campus. It's my first year. Within the first month, there are two Auschwitz survivors that are speaking to the student body in the auditorium, and I had never heard of the Holocaust. And that's actually, every time I say that, it's actually still very frustrating and very embarrassing to even share those kind of things, because at many points it's just unacceptable. Some other examples, think about our structure of government. I know Calvin Coolidge said one time that we're the most fortunate people to live under a constitution that provides us with the freedoms, our God-given rights and freedoms and responsibilities, and that we're the most fortunate individuals. Unfortunately, these premises and truths and were not taught to me while I was in high school. So, and I had a very, very kind teacher in high school, but unfortunately, the last day I walked out, I get a copy of the Constitution, and that's actually something that we should actually have gone through. How about absent background in chemistry? Go to chemistry class at Penn State, and I just had really no background knowledge on chemistry, and so it's really hard to continue the learning if you don't have this background knowledge. And so these are some of the things that I'll get into. This is something that some things that Dorothy Sayers spoke about in the lost tools of learning. That there are sequential things that children and students are developmentally ready for, and so that they need, that are key in their learning. Just a couple more. Reading level was unacceptable. My vocabulary's antithesis was a robust vocabulary. In other words, I didn't have a robust vocabulary. Um, I don't even know why I was at Penn State, actually. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for college, actually. And which is another story for another day. But because my SAT scores are so abysmal, deprived of the beauty of classical literature. Writing was not patterned after the masters and masterpieces, etc., etc., etc. So this is um, these are the kind of things that Dorothy speaks about. Okay, and so she um, she sp- she speaks about, and so also I didn't know how to think, and I didn't know how to learn, and so these are part of the lost tools of learning that she speaks about. And unfortunately, as sad as this is, and as much as I don't want to admit this, this is the story of education in America. Now, she starts off, and I'm going to get to this in the next video, but she starts off by saying that maybe as because she's a writer, that she didn't, that many people would say that she's not supposed to speak on education, and she discredits that idea, and so do I, and so that's what I'm gonna pick up on the next video. Thank you.